72 anos de vida, 64 de bateria, Michael Oren é aquilo a que se pode chamar de músico de jazz com coração de rock and roll. Multi-stylist, já tocou e ainda toca com grandes nomes do jazz, de Benny Golson a Tom Harrell, passando pelo lendário Chuck Berry, Charles Brown ou Darlene Love. Autor de 7 livros dedicados ao estudo da bateria e de inúmeros artigos para várias revistas, entre as quais a Modern Drummer, Loren é também um dos fundadores da escola de bateria de renome mundial em Nova York, a Drummers Collective, onde lecionou durante mais de 25 anos. Em Portugal, foi professor na Escola Superior de Música, Artes e Espetáculo, no Porto, onde também foi diretor do departamento de jazz. Atualmente dá aulas na Escola Superior de Música Jam Session, em Barcelona, e é fundador e diretor artístico da International Drum Academy, em Lisboa. É o líder do The Michael Loren Trio, ao lado de Vasco Agostinho na guitarra e João Custódio no contrabaixo. Acaba de lançar um álbum gravado ao vivo, Live at Moby Dick Records, um disco com energia e intensidade, repleto de música direta, orgânica e excitante. Para este nova-iorquino a viver em Portugal há quase 2 décadas, a bateria não tem quaisquer segredos. A Arte Sonora foi visitar este baterista catedrático à International Drum Academy. Uma entrevista que é muito mais do que isso. É uma verdadeira aula sobre vida, música e amor ao instrumento. Aos 72 anos de idade, Michael Oren é uma verdadeira inspiração.
Michael Oren,
Hey.
hi, thank you very much. Hi.
Thanks, thank you, thank Tanya, thank ARTE SONORA for having me.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
First of all, what is the secret for this longevity?
You know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Maybe. No, I'm kidding. I think I'm actually part of it's just genetics. I take care of my health. I always have. I was an athlete when I was young, so I think I'm still living off that reserve of energy. I still exercise. I eat well. I don't eat a lot of junk food. Another that is just luck of the draw.
And practice a lot.
And practice a lot. Yeah, I mean, I would say that. I mean, drums, and I've said it many times. I mean, I just don't play drums. I live drums. Drums are my life. You know, it's you know when people say, you know, what's your first love? And it's my instrument. In the end, it has always been my instrument. It's who I am. Yeah.
And Portugal, why you choose Portugal to live?
The short answer really is I was invited by a Escola Superior de Música de Porto, and I had come to Portugal before, and on the suggestion of a student from who I taught in the Drummers Collective, Manuel Costa Reis, who was Rui Veloso's drummer in the 80s. He was, and he said, "Man, come to my country." I'd never been to Portugal. I'd always heard it looks so pictured beautiful. He said, "Man, this is a great place to retire." I'm 72 now, so I've been here now 18 years. So I was in my 50s, early 50s.
Yeah.
And my vision was not to stay in New York, but I didn't really want to retire to Florida or Vegas. It didn't appeal to me. And he said, "Man, come visit." And I visited in '98, and then I came back to do some workshops. And then in 2003, I came again for like 3 months to really check it out. I mean, it's one thing to come to a country or as I did, and spend 10 days or 2 weeks. I mean, it's a party, and it's a beautiful country to vacation. Obviously. Yeah. People are warm, the food is great, cost of living was really inexpensive then. And everything about it was wonderful. But after 3 months, I realized that I don't mind I've never played this instrument for the money. Probably made some bad career decisions if it was about the money. But
it's a question of love.
It was a question of what I was going to give up to what I had to gain. I mean, I believe that in life. You give up something to get something. And when Ejmai called me, and at the time, Mary Barreiros was the drum teacher,
yes.
And it didn't even occur to me, and it really wasn't.
School
it was the only superior school at the time.
Yeah.
Now there's 4. And when they offered me the job, Manuel said, "Man, if you really want to move to Portugal, this is the job, because it's not going to come around again. Not in your lifetime. Whoever gets that job is going to keep it."
Keep it.
And he said, "If you really want to do it, it's the best possible job you could get." And my idea, of course, was I believed I could change, one, the instrument, that I loved, the playing of the instrument. I knew there were good drummers here, of course. Manuel was one of them. Mary Barresh was a wonderful drummer,
Yes.
still is
And
a wonderful
still.
drummer.
And still.
And you got to not just be a drummer, you know, the musical part, of course, but just from the drum skills and the feel. I mean, there are many wonderful drummers here. But I knew that there were gaps. People had told me that. I mean, the reading skills were low. There were many issues that I knew I could help with, and there was, you know, something exciting. I've had a dual career. I've been both a performer, artist, and educator since I've been in my 20s, and it was an opportunity to change a country, because I knew if you change drums, you change everything else. It just happens. I mean, if you give guys discipline, other musicians say, man, how have you improved so much, say, in 6 months or a year?
Yeah.
And they understand that's part of the journey
process.
of the process. And, you know, I've been told things, you know, the discipline factor wasn't so together here. Guys were, some fundamental ideas were not being projected.
Yeah.
And I thought I could contribute in a way different than I contribute in New York, and that's special.